Hi everyone. It's time for today's video based on New York Times connection game. It's basically a game where you create four groups of four words from 16 given words. You have seen the thumbnail, so you know what the first group we are discussing is. Watch to the end of this video, and I will also tell you the other three groups of four words, what each word means, and what they have in common. Let's start with today's words. So they all mean segment of a process. So the first one means the word is cycle. So cycle could be a segment of a process. You have expressions like life cycle or, business cycle. And that all means that this is a part of the process. But cycle also means, it's basically a round thing. So that's why you have bi, which is actually written like bicycle, right? So it's because that means two circles, two cycles, bicycle. And you can have a unicycle, which means, the thing that has only one, and then there's a seat on top of a one cycle, one wheel, one circle, and that's a unicycle. And you can have a tricycle, which is what the kids, the people who can't ride a bicycle, they ride a tricycle. So cycle could be, so that's another meaning of cycle. And also it's like a informal term. We can say, I want to go cycling. That means that I want to go ride my bicycle. That's to cycle means. And then we have, in these times we have things like recycle. And you know what recycle means? That to recycle means that do you recycle, as in, do you put your whatever cartoon of milk in the garbage, or do you recycle so that it can be turned back into something else? That's recycle. Then the next word we have is phase. Now I've talked about phase before. Phase means a segment of a process. Phase means in this phase, we are developing an idea. This is a concept phase. Or in a war, there is a preparation phase. Or, phase is a part of a process. In what phase are you? We are in the phase of gathering information. Another word for that in English is reconnaissance, right? We are, comes from French, reconnaissance. And then what phase of the operation are we in? I think we are close to the end. And then so that's PHASE, phase. But then we can have words like the same word, phase, it's a verb. And that means, but that's F-A-Z-E. F-A-Z-E means kind of disturbing, bothering somebody. And then you're like, wow, you're unfazed. Like something happened to you, but you were unfazed. As in, you're not disturbed, you're not bothered by this. The next thing is round of process is round. A segment of a process is round. It's interesting because you have cycle, which is a round thing, is a circle. Round, of course, is round. Round is something which is round, which is not, rectangular. And then round, we can say pass this around, round and round can be interchangeable. And then this round of the game goes to John. He won this round of the operation. Next round, I'm going to win. Round, phase, cycle. And then we have expressions like round and round it goes, right? And it's kind of like around and around. So that's round. And it reminds me of almost the word rot, and rotund also means round, R-O-T-U-N-D. And the last one is segment of a process is a stage. Now, again, I've talked about stage. A stage has many different meanings. Here means this stage of operation, this phase, this cycle. Stage is here. But then a stage is also the place that an actor speaks on, the place that a president is in, or a prime minister or whatever. That's a politician, a celebrity is on stage, right? So you can be on stage, and then you have on stage and you have off stage. Something that happens off stage, means something that you can't see, right? And then, we have staging. And then, like, in computer terminology, staging is when you want to prepare something which is not production ready. So you have production, which is like, the web page people see. But then when you have staging, it's like where you go to prepare things. And also, you can stage a house. Like you are a real estate agent and you want to stage it. That's in the staging process. And so in that's the verb stage. And like, we have the expression to stage a comeback. So stage means arrange, create. And so segments of a process are cycle, phase, round, and hey there, friend. Nice to meet you. I am Hamid. Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video and are looking to take your English fluency and vocabulary to the next level, I've got something special for you. I offer personalized one-on-one coaching sessions tailored to your unique goals and interests. Whether you're focusing on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or all around communication skills, I'm here to help you master English in a way that's fun and effective. Ready to elevate your English? Click on the link in the description below to book your session with me today. Let's embark on this journey to English mastery together. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks on mastering English. So the next four words all mean deceive. Con. Now, con means to con somebody. And then we have the expression con man. He's a con man. That means he's conning you. He's duping you. He's fooling you. He is making a fool of you. He's not being truthful. He's lying. To con somebody. I think somebody just conned me. Like, I saw somebody said that they want $5 because they're bigger. But then I looked at their shoes and they were wearing really expensive shoes. That's a con man. That's somebody who's, I think con is short for confidence, and confidence, which is interesting, but con man. But then con is also mean. So it can be a verb, it can be a noun. So it's a con man. And also deceive is to con somebody. Think you were conning me. But then con is also used for the expression pros and cons. What are the pros and cons of this issue? Pro means what are the positive? Con means what are the negative sides of this thing? Pros and cons. So yeah. And then for deceive, we have dupe, which means to dupe somebody. I was duped. I was fooled. I was conned, duped. And then we have fool. That means to deceive. I was fooled. That wasn't my grandma, and I sent her money. I was fooled. I was duped. I was conned. Somebody says they're your Facebook friend and they're not, and they ask for whatever. I just wanted to say that, thank you for coming here and watching my videos. And I know that English can, at some point, as for a second language speaker, learner, can quite seem daunting. And when that happens and when you feel discouraged, I want you to just pick yourself up, dust yourself up, pat yourself on the back, and know this is a long, beautiful journey that I've taken 40 plus years and I'm still doing it. And just keep at it. You'll get better at it. Keep coming here, watch my videos, comment, speak, and you'll get this. Just you got to keep going, keep showing up. Okay, so fool, and then again, be very careful because in English we have the long and short vowels. Fool is not the same as full. Are you hungry? No, I'm full. Full is full, but means to dupe, to deceive, to fool somebody. What? You just fooled me. I thought that was my father, right? Fooled. So act a fool, being stupid, fool, foolish. All of that comes from, fool. And then, so, in tarot cards, there's a card fool. You're a fool. Don't trust this person. they're making a fool of you. Don't be a fool. And then the last word for that means deceive, means trick. That is a neat trick. That's a good deception trick. What's your trick? You're doing this, then you have in magic, you have to call it magic trick. I'm going to show you an amazing magic trick. I'm going to disappear my assistant. That's a magic trick, right? But trick can also be in informal and in slang, and it kind of, we have naughty terms for it and for women of the night and everything. Anyways, so that's trick, to trick, and having a trick. And then we have expressions like, you're just a one-trick pony. You don't really have a lot of stuff going on. So then we have these 4 words. They all mean inside information. Dope. So dope means inside information. I had never heard of it, but that's what connection says. So dope. But dope, of course, it means marijuana, right? That's dope. That's what dope really means. But dope has also recently has become quite a sort of a popular expression. Dope, man, dope. That means like really good, awesome. I'm going to give you a great job. You're going to be working for me and whatever, drive the truck. Dope, dude, dope. That means it's great. So dope there means great, but as a so it's and also it means drug, so it means marijuana, but probably could even mean other types of drugs. Scoop is inside info. It's very useful. So I got a scoop. I think the mayor is having an affair. Scoop, right? Journalists have scoop, but also scoop is used for ice cream. Can I have a scoop of peanut butter and then a scoop of strawberry? That thing, that spoon thing where you get that scoop. But what's the scoop? You can say that to your friend. What's the scoop? What's happening? What can you tell me about this? What's the scoop? What's the scoop you got? Another word for inside information is skinny. Now, skinny in its simplest form means somebody who's skinny, right? Who's not obese, who's not overweight. Skinny, slender. But in here, it could be, what's the skinny? Well, it seems that the mob was actually corrupting the public librarian or something. Skinny. So I'm going to give you the skinny, kind of inside information. You're going to be an insider. So skinny. And then last one for inside information is word. Word, is the simplest form. It's like, what's your word or whatever, word sentence. But then word, an expression like word on street says that the price of gas is going to triple. So word on street. So you can use word or inside information, or I got a skinny for you, or I got a scoop for you. And then it's also an expression. I just got promoted. Word. That word there, that means just good for you. Well done. That's word. Or I'm going to come visit you. Word. That sounds good. So word. But word, and then we have things like wordy, which means it's very wordy, as in it's got these verbose, too many words. And be very careful not to make a mistake between word and probably world, which is a little bit the L. Then world, of course, means the whole planet Earth is the world. So, and then the next group is to tilt to one side. Now, the first one is can't. Now, I've never really had this one. Tilt to one side meaning can't. Now, can't, of course, is it's the abbreviation of cannot. It's can't. But that can't has this apostrophe. But this doesn't. This is can't. Never heard of it. But can't apparently means tilt to one side. Then lean. Okay? Lean, tilt to one side. Like the Pisa tower is leaning. Right? Leaning. It's not straight. Lean. And then we have an expression called lean on me. Lean on me. I will support you. You can rely on me. Lean on me. Right? And then lean in. That means that you want to have your customers lean in, as in put their head in and kind of be interested, curious. That's to lean in, right? So we have lean on, we have lean in, and then lean in general means kind of bending down a little bit. But then lean also means like very skinny, lean. You have a lean body. You have a skinny. You're pretty slender, lean. Lean, mean, muscle machine, or whatever. It's an expression, right? So lean means, and when you get a meat, when you buy ground beef, if you buy lean, that means that it has much less fat. It's lean ground. So how's the budget? Things are lean right now. That means we don't have much money. There is not much fat to cut. So things are lean. Then there is the expression tilt to one side, meaning list. I've never heard this. But list apparently means, tilt to one side. Of course, list, everybody knows that list means to list things off. Can I give you a list? And then there's a list off and list, and both of them means the same thing, a group of items that you write it down or speak it. Can I give you a list of suggestions how you can make this video better? Yes, you can. Comment, right? List. But then we have expressions like you look very listless, as in you look very listless, means kind of like nervous, has having nervous energy. Now the thing again, pay attention, we have list and then we have and least means the opposite of the most. At the very least, give me some water. Clever, right? Like, I want some wine, but if you're not giving me wine, at the very least, give me some water. I'm thirsty. So least, not the most, the least. The least you can do is call your father for his birthday. The least, right? Aren't you worried about, your daughter meeting that man? That's the least of my worries. That really doesn't bother me. So least of my worries. And then finally, the word tilt to one side is slope. Slope is like this, right? That's a slope. You have a flat surface and you have slope. And, so when you're sloping, you kind of tilting to one side, right? And slope, it's using for skis and, it's places that you kind of go down like this and you have a slope. Now, the thing is that I think it's also in a child's playground, you can have slopes, right? Swing and slope. And so there is an expression, slippery slope, calling somebody by their first name is a slippery slope. You should never call your boss by their first name. That's a slippery slope. That means that's a direction. That's where you don't want to go. That's where it's not fun because it's slippery slope and things are going to get worse and worse. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. See you tomorrow.